it's a feel, it's a reaction on the floor. You're watching these names get crossed off. You're watching one name, and you say if it gets to this point, like Doug Armstrong just said, Bach gets to a certain point, he said, we're not willing to risk it now, we're stepping up. And it's usually one name, sometimes it's two, but like Dave Nonis was saying about Alex Edler, that year only 2 teams saw him, them and Detroit. Detroit was picking ahead of them in the 3rd round. They went and got a pick from Dallas, flipped thirds with Dallas for next year, and took Alex Edler. Guess what? Alex Edler's still playing after, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
So you get a feeling, the guy's there, you get nervous, you try to jump up.
You're rooting for the Ottawa Senators to have some good news. Brady Tkachuk was appreciated pick at 4.
Before making our selection, we would like to wish the Washington Capitals congratulations on winning their first Stanley Cup. Les Senators d'Ottawa sont très fiers de choisir. The Ottawa Senators are pleased to select from the Alberta Junior League Okotoks Jacob Bernard Docker.
So it fits to the speculation as far as dropping back with your second pick and reaching a little bit. But this is a league that's produced defensemen.
Well, it's starting to go, and this is a program that just produced Cale Makar, so that's pretty good footsteps to follow. These two guys are different players, though, Cale Makar and Jacob Bernard Docker. I mean, here's a guy with size. He's got some physical bite to him. I went to see him at the Prospects game in Port Credit, Mississauga, and thought he played really well there. And, you know, you look at Okotoks, the opportunity to play in a really good Alberta Junior Hockey League. If it worked for Makar, why can't it work for this guy?
You know, another right-handed defenseman. This kid's a smart kid, wanted to get into medicine, and still potentially does want to get into medicine. So a guy that uses his brain as well on the ice, trying to follow in the steps of Randy Gregg back in the day. But, you know, again, a guy that knows what he wants to stay the course, didn't want to go to major juniors, certainly wanted to. Swift Current had his rights, and you know what, good on him for making that decision going through, and ends up getting drafted in the first round.
And committed to a strong program.
Yeah.
University of North Dakota, those guys crank out players. He's just going to get better. It's in my mind, again, going back, like we're talking former players in this draft, where they come from, good programs like Okotoks, where they're going, good programs like North Dakota. This guy's got a chance to grow and flourish there.
So people with scouting backgrounds, Pierre Dorion, Paul Fenton, have both gone well down our draft list anyway, making picks.
And both with defensemen. So, I mean, that just goes to show you, again, the premium put on the position. But this guy's got a little bit of old school to him. I like that. He doesn't mind throwing the body around a little bit. You add the size, and then you add the ability with speed and transition. He looks to project to be a guy who can do a little bit of everything for you. Not overly gifted on the offensive side, but still enough there to be really excited about that you hope he's part of your power play here down the road.
And you go back to the list, the rules. Not what he is today, what can he be? After 2 years at North Dakota, who knows? My first 2 years playing university hockey, I gained 20 pounds. And so I went from 6'1", 176 to 6'1", 196. Guess what? I was a different player.
Just going to say, he's got the frame to build on that, and he will build it there.
And he didn't switch from playing goal, although he did dabble in it, obviously, as a kid. His dad was a goaltender. He's got the pads on the wrong legs there. But he did only become a defenseman at Pee Wee, so he's another one of this trend of guys. Did you hear about that before, where there's so many guys switching from forward to defense?
That's where the money is these days.
Tara.
Not necessarily the first sport you think of when you think of Canmore, Alberta, but maybe you're going to change that. But let's move to Okotoks, that's where you're developing. You say you're super thankful to play there. How come?
Yeah, playing in Okotoks was unbelievable. I think the coaching staff there and my teammates definitely allowed me to succeed, and you know, extremely fortunate to have an amazing billet mom that took great care of me. So it was an unbelievable place to play.
Let's talk about your mom, Rolanda. She's the one who got you into hockey. What's the story there? Yeah, my mom was actually the one that that decided to put me in hockey, and it wasn't my dad. So I'm extremely thankful for that decision, and my parents have been unbelievable. My whole journey up to here, and they're going to continue to support me. And it's all paying off. Congratulations to you. Thank you very much. Over to Elliot.
Thanks, Tara. So you had an opportunity to move down again, and at your table, what happened?
Our scouts really like this player a lot. This is a defenseman who really skates well. The new age type of defense, really transition, move the puck, and he's got a big hard shot, and couldn't convince them to add another pick. They really wanted to make this selection.
You know, Pierre, when you spoke to the media yesterday, you said, I'm not talking about any of my players. Let me try it this way. Has anything happened today to move any talks along with your players that might be available?
It's been the quietest day this week so far. Making calls today, I remember talking to a GM at about 2:30 today. Said, so what's going on today? And he said, you're the first call I got. So it's been a very quiet day today. We haven't seen many trades. To my best of my knowledge, just I think one NHL trade as far as players involved on roster. And obviously we're always going to listen, but today it was about taking two good players, and we're really happy with our two selections.
Thanks and congratulations.
Thank you, Elliot.
Darren?
Brian, when you look at what this franchise has gone through in the last 9 months, how do you sum up today?
I would say almost unprecedented. And I feel badly for Pierre because he's inherited some of these problems, and some, they're going to happen. You have wives and girlfriends fighting. There's nothing you can do about that as a GM except manage it. But it's been nonstop and unprecedented, the bad news and the bad vibes that's happened there, and I hope they can sort it out.
So today, with a pick at number 4 and 26, start the right direction?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's look, these things tend to come in waves. You know, they talk about Murphy's Law. Actually, bad luck does come in waves. In my experience, you manage it.